Hello, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being here. It is a great support to us and we really appreciate it. As people are just streaming in to the Zoom, we're going to just play a song in the background here so you can settle in if you want to grab some water or some snack for yourself. If you have a candle that you'd like to light and something to light it with, do bring it. We're just gonna wait maybe 5 or so minutes to let people stream in, and then we will get started. I've written some things into the chat, but just to let you know that uh, Venedel here is handling any technical questions that you might have. So you could reach out to her on the Zoom if you are having any issues. Thank you so much, Venedel. She's my dear, dear old friend from college. And we have posted here as well the legacy.com website, which has a guest book and a place to post pictures and stories. So please feel free to participate there as well.
ना मन हूँ ना बुद्धि ना चित्त अहंकार ना जिव्या नयन नासिका कर्ण द्वार। ना मन हूँ ना बुद्धि ना चित्त अहंकार ना जिव्या नयन नासिका कर्ण द्वार। न चलता न रुकता न कहता न सुनता जगत चेतना हूँ अनादि अनंता। जगत चेतना हूँ अनादि अनंता। सब अप्रभाव मदन राग गुण दोष विषया पर्यंता। जगत चेतना हूँ अनादि अनंता। जगत चेतना हूँ अनादि अनंता। मैं पुण्य सुख दुख से विलग हूँ। न मंत्र न ज्ञान न तीर्थ और यज्ञ हूँ। न भोग हूँ न भोजन न अनुभव न भोक्ता। जगत चेतना हूँ अनादि अनंता। जगत चेतना हूँ अनादि अनंता। ना मृत्यु का भय ना मत भेद जाना। न मेरा पिता माता मैं हूँ अजन्मा। निराकार साकार मैं निर्लिप्त निर्विकल्प सूक्ष्म जगत हूँ चैतन्य रूप और सर्वत्र व्याप्त हूँ। मैं हूँ भी नहीं और कण कण रमन का, जगत चेतना हूँ अनादि अनंत का, जगत चेतना हूँ अनादि अनंत का। ये भौतिक चराचर ये जगमग अंधेरा, ये उसका ये इसका ये तेरा ये मेरा, ये आना ये जाना लगाना है फेरा, ये नश्वर जगत थोड़े दिन का है डेरा। ये प्रश्नों में उत्तर हूँ निहित दिगंता, जगत चेतना हूँ अनादि अनंता, जगत चेतना हूँ अनादि अनंता। न मन हूँ न बुद्धि न चित्त अहंकार, न जिह्वा नयन नासिका कर्ण द्वार, न चलता न रुकता न कहता न सुनता, जगत चेतना हूँ अनादि अनंता, जगत चेतना हूँ अनादि अनंता, जगत चेतना हूँ अनादि अनंता, जगत चेतना हूँ अनादि अनंता।
Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here on behalf of myself, my sister Gita, my brother JR, my niece Ivana Grace, all of the family. We really thank you so much. It's kind of overwhelming to see so many people here, and very grateful. So thank you. Um, the song that was just playing was actually a song my dad really liked. That the basic translation of it, or two of the key words in it, are translate to beginninglessness and endlessness. And for Raj, baby uncle, Raj uncle, dad, grandpa, this man. You probably know that he wasn't one for. He was a scientist. And today is significant in Hinduism. 13 days after the person has transitioned, it is considered a time where people gather together it's like you're sending someone on a journey, and they make these rice balls with black sesame seeds, and it's like sending the person off. So I thought like we should get some wine and maybe some onion rings, Lori, I don't know. Um, and send dad off. But he wasn't one for just sort of, he was always questioning. And something he often said is, and as they say, there was no beginning and there will be no end. There was no beginning and there will be no end. And he often would invoke infinity and say, like, these things that the human mind can't fathom. And he spoke about mystery and the unknown and the unknowable. So this song is kind of evoking that. So it truly is overwhelming. I'm sorry, I'm like looking at multiple screens and I just want to take a moment to go to the screen so I can see your beautiful, holy faces and your names and feel your presence here. Um, well, I wanted to give a little overview of what this evening will be. We'll see how it goes. Um, we are going to begin with some offerings, some rituals. So we are going to have a candle lighting and do some chanting and listen to some chanting and listen to a song and look at some pictures and hear some words um, from us. And then really we would like, then the rest of it, the second half, you could say, to be about listening and having an opportunity for everyone who's here, whoever would like to share. Um, do want to be mindful. It's a weekday evening, so we'll see how it goes. I'm thinking we may, try to wrap it up uh, in an hour and a half, and but more or less, and whoever needs to leave at any time. Obviously, we know there's no formality. Your presence is felt and just sign off. And if you are someone who wanted to speak and we're like, okay, we're wrapping it up, like I'll stay, we'll stay to hear. And it's very precious. So before going into anything else, Geeta, Ivana, JR, anything you want to say at this moment?
Thank you all for being here. Mona Masi, thank you for organizing it. Dad, Grandpa, thank you. Mom, thank you.
Thank you.
Gabs, thank you. JR, thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you. That does seem to be the predominant overwhelming feeling. It's just so much gratitude. So I had, I'm sorry, I just wanted to make sure this is recording. It is, okay. I had mentioned in the message from Zoom, if you have a candle, I thought we would begin this, our gathering with the ritual of lighting a candle. When our mom passed, Dad started to light a candle, one of these kind of candles, and he kept it lit continuously 24/7 since August 11th, 2024. And we have it still going. So I am going to use the light from that candle to light this candle for our dad. And if you do have a candle and would like to join us, please do. And I know both my parents would be very happy to say, or even a battery operated tea light is much more safer. So it's all good. All right. So I'm going to take the light from this one. And light our candle together. And we have this little altar plate here where we've been keeping the one, so I'll keep the two now. So there is a chant that is traditionally a Hindu chant that is traditionally chanted for health, but it is also chanted after someone has died, with the idea, it's called a moksha mantra, or like a mantra of liberation. And it is said to be the death conquering mantra. And after someone has departed, how can it be a death conquering mantra? Because the idea is that you chant it to help the person be free from the cycle of birth and death. So I am looking at, this is the Mahamrityunjaya mantra, which I always say wrong. So anyone can correct me. And my dad would correct me and my mom would correct me. But I'm looking in this amazing group of people and I see much better chanters than me. So if anyone, Janthi, anyone wants to be the person with their mic on to lead us through the chanting just 11 times. So traditionally, it would be chanted 108 times. However, again, if you know my dad, he would be like, no, that's going to take 25 minutes. No. Even my parents' wedding was for an Indian wedding was abbreviated to a fraction. I don't know. People have weddings that go for days and they had this like short little a couple of hours, I think, and they paid extra to the priest to just do it quickly. So we're not going to do 108. We can do that later. And of course, anyone is welcome to chant that, but we will chant it. It's just a few lines for whoever knows it, 11 times. Was there anything I wanted to say about this chant? Yes. Okay. They use this metaphor like the cucumber is freed from its stem, or how all ripe fruit effortlessly falls from its vine. May this being, Raj Chopra, be liberated from this cycle of birth and death into immortality, just as a cucumber drops from its vine, like it's ripe, it's time, it's ready. May that freedom come. So,
Okay, Mona, I would like to do that.
all right.
And we'll do that 11 times, but after every time we chant, we'll do a Om Namah Shivaya along with it. Okay?
Sounds great.
So, yeah. And I'll keep the count. And the last chant, I will chant it slow so everybody knows that that's the 11th chant.
Thank you.
All right.
Can we
That's the
join in the
least.
chant?
Please join in the chanting. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So it's the Mahamrityunjaya mantra, right?
Yes.
Okay. ॐ त्र्यम्बकाय यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् ऊर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ नमः शिवाय त्र्यम्बकाय यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् ऊर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ नमः शिवाय त्र्यम्बकाय यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् ऊर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ नमः शिवाय त्र्यम्बकाय यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् ऊर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ नमः शिवाय त्र्यम्बकाय यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् ऊर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीय मामृतात् ॐ नमः शिवाय त्र्यम्बकाय यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् ऊर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीय मामृतात् ॐ नमः शिवाय त्र्यम्बकाय यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् ऊर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ नमः शिवाय त्र्यम्बकाय यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् ऊर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीय मामृतात् ॐ नमः शिवाय त्र्यम्बकाय यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् ऊर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ नमः शिवाय त्र्यम्बकाय यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् ऊर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीय मामृतात् ॐ नमः शिवाय.
Friends, if you have a prayer you want to offer, this is your time to just silently offer whatever those wishes, those prayers are. Take a couple of minutes just in silence.
Speak. Can everybody hear me?
I could hear you.
All right.
Hi, Uncle Vinny.
Uncle,
Ivana's Uncle Vinny.
my life has been blessed for the much better. Another Queens transplant coming from Queens to Long Island, and we meshed our souls with the Chopras, and I thank my lucky stars every day because Mrs. Chopra was always so welcoming. Mr. Paj, Mr. Chopra, Raj, he would call me furniture. He's like, "Oh, this guy's like here all the time. He's like furniture. He's like family." And I got the privilege of learning a different culture within my own, right? Um, South Asian family, super cool, super cute, super smart, super friendly, and it's it um when I'm sorry, I'm trying not to get too emotional. When we had the celebration for Mrs. Chopra, and I looked at Mona, Gee, City, and JR, and I just like I don't know how you're able to do this because this is so emotional to be up there. And then I had to do it for my mom last year, and they were there for me, and there's no words. I mean, it sounds so trite, but there's really no words that can come to my mind to tell you how sorry I am, because Mr. and Mrs. Chopra were just the most beautiful people, and they would be so proud of y'all because you're a beautiful family. So thank you.
Thanks, Vin. Love you.
Thank you. Well, my friends, we are going to have more time. Thank you, Vinny, for setting us off, and you're just expressing your heart. We're going to shift a little bit. Of course, you all already know who Mr. Raj K. Chopra is, but Geeta is going to read something that we all wrote together, just trying to find words where it feels like it's impossible and trying also for it not to be an epic novel. So, Geeta, take it away.
Okay, am I unmuted? Thanks,
Yes.
Ivana. So, Mona Masi, thank you for writing this. This is on like legacy.com, so you all can follow along. It's so hard to put it into how we put a life into a write-up. I don't know how Mona did it, so thank you, Lisa, for doing this. So, I feel like I want to paraphrase it. I don't know why, but basically, Dad was born November 10th, 1940, we think, but because of partition, we don't know the exact date, but we like to celebrate Dad November 10th, 1940. And it says, "It is with sadness and gratitude for a life so fully lived that we share the news that our beloved chairman and co-founder of Tishcon, Raj Chopra, took his last breath peacefully surrounded by love on Friday, February the 13th, 2026, at his home in the bedroom in Westbury, New York. Raj was a leading figure in the vitamin and health food industries, a luminary in the world of CoQ10. In 1976, Raj co-founded Tishcon, a manufacturer of nutritional supplements, vitamins, and nutraceuticals, and he coined this phrase, which I love, this tagline: "Only nature has had more experience with vitamins." Raj was a true pioneer from the innovative products he developed to his unique leadership style. His groundbreaking development of a superior delivery system for CoQ10, a patented hydrosoluble formulation, it benefits millions around the world. His emphasis, so Dad had an emphasis on the bioavailability and the essential nutrients that raised the bar in the industry. Raj was often quoted as saying, and I quote, "We don't want vitamins that simply enrich the toilet bowls of America." Hence his interest in oh Mona, this is a tough one for me, pharmacokinetics and commitment to designing delivery systems. I'm an actor, not a scientist. Designing delivery systems to optimize absorption. Raj was born in Lahore, Punjab, in pre-partition India in 1940, and at the age of 6, during the partition of 1947, Dad and his family fled from their home, becoming refugees, eventually settling in Delhi, India, where they began a new life. These challenging beginnings and the subsequent capacity to face adversity, adapt to new environments and circumstances, to think creatively, problem solve, build connections, work tirelessly, and begin again are among the qualities that Raj exemplified throughout his life. From his early days, Raj's schooling and career were replete with accolades. He completed his undergrad studies at LM College of Pharmacy in Ahmedabad, Gujarat in 1965, where in India he was like the valedictorian of the nation. So they give this thing called the Gold Medal for outstanding academic merit and university first rank. So that was a big deal, big shoes to fill. Upon receiving a full scholarship to Columbia University's College of Pharmacy, Raj left India with $8 in his pocket, a suitcase in his hand, and not knowing a single person in the United States. And he arrived on New York City soil. And Anil Uncle was one of the first people that Dad saw at Columbia University. So thank you, Anil Uncle. Raj completed his graduate studies in industrial pharmacy at Columbia, and he went on to become one of the world's expert. It's very weird to say it in past tense. He is one of the world's experts in chewable multivitamin formulations, time release formulations, and bio-enhanced supplements. So over the years in the 80s and 90s, Dad got many different awards and honorations. But in 2006, a big one was that the American College of Nutrition honored him as the 2006 recipient of this prestigious Bieber Award in recognition of his outstanding academic accomplishments and distinguished contributions in the nutrition industry. And then in the early 2000s, the FDA, this is a big deal, they granted Tishcon an orphan drug designation for its CoQ10 and ubiquinol products to help treat pediatric patients with congestive heart failure, Huntington's disease, and a number of debilitating diseases associated with mitochondrial cytopathies. Dad Raj was a generous supporter of the UMDF, the United Mitochondrial Disease Foundation, and cared deeply about supporting patients with rare diseases. In 2022, Raj was honored by the United Natural Products Alliance and awarded a Lifetime Achievement Award, and that is given to individuals in the natural products industry who have devoted their hearts and minds to the betterment of society through ethical and diligent business leadership. And then he was honored by the American Association of Physicians of Indian Origin and given an award that is established to recognize individuals who, through their actions and pursuits, have contributed significantly to the betterment of the community. You see, the through line here is just bettering the world that we live in, better versions of ourselves, just being the best version of ourselves, supporting each other. Sorry. Throughout his life, Raj was deeply concerned about the underserved, and through Tishcon, he actively supported the work of Vitamin Angels, an organization that distributes essential nutrients and life-saving vitamins around the world. Raj received the Vitamin Relief Guardian Angel Award for his generous contributions, including donating over 20 million high-potency vitamin A soft gels to help prevent vitamin A deficiency blindness in infants and children in Africa and Asia, as well as prenatal vitamins to supplement the diets of pregnant women and multivitamins for young children. Raj was a mentor, a role model, and an inspiration to so many, and I see so many faces here. So thank you all for those who are here and those who are in spirit here. Despite many significant health challenges, including living with Parkinson's for many years, Raj lived each day courageously with grit and grace. He was a devoted husband to his beloved of 56 years, Asha, a loving father to his three children, me, the firstborn city girl, Mona and JR, and a doting grandfather to his grandkid over here, Ivana Grace. He was a cherished uncle, baby uncle, everybody, baby uncle Raj, Uncle Raj. He was a brother, a great brother, a friend, a son, just like, Outside of his work, Dad was an avid reader and a lover of music. He enjoyed reciting poetry from the Urdu shairis to Shakespeare, often impassioned commentaries on world events, loved playing trivia games with children. He was famous for singing happy birthday to strangers in restaurants and bellowing out the final notes with his whole heart, to you, but he did it in a very operatic voice. Raj will always be remembered for his kindness and innovative thinking, his dedication to excellence, commitment to benefiting humanity. He walked to the beat of his own drum. He's compassionate, caring, warm, very wise. He had a calm presence. And most of my cousins have texted me to say that what they remember of Baby Uncle is his iconic sunglasses, his hats. He always had a Q-gel hat and his Hawaiian shirts. So as a CEO, at some point he hung up the suit and tie and just, wore his Birkenstocks and his camp shirts. The impact of Raj's extraordinary life will live on in all those who benefited from his life's work. And then, he's obviously joined our mom for Valentine's Day. So I think she wanted that for Valentine's Day. And that's it. That's the gist of it. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much, Geet, for reading it. And it's like so dense and so much, but it's kind of overwhelming to think of all of that. Um, well, we
Wait,
are
Lisa, can I
going.
add one more thing? I was going to say, even till 2 weeks before, Lori was still delivering like work-related papers and like the day before, Wednesday, the 11th of February, Ivana had written a Valentine's Day card for Grandpa and read it to him. And then he asked Ivana, "Hey, Ivana, when is Valentine's Day again?" And she goes, "Oh, it's on Saturday, Grandpa." And all he said was, "Hmm." And that was just 2 days before. So he was very, though the body was not cooperating with everything going on. Um, yeah, I just wanted to mention he was working till, still interested that Ivana chose her IS topic as acupuncture, like just wanting to know what Ivana's doing. And yeah, so I just wanted to share that. It was, yeah.
Thank you. So, friends, we now have actually we're going to listen. We have a cameo, should I say a cameo performance? Um, uh, not a performance, a chant. Um, we are going to play, and I'm going to put in, if it works, oh, it's too long. I'm going to put into the chat, maybe, the English translation, and Fidel will be queuing up or playing this whenever you get a chance, Tell. And into the chat, I put the translation in English of this chant, which our mom is chanting. It's called Shivoham. It starts like one stanza into it.
शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न च प्राणसग्नो न वा पञ्चवायु न वा सप्तधातु न वा पञ्चकोश न वा पाणिपादं न च पस्तपायु चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न मे द्वेषरागो न मे लोभमोहो मदो नैव मेनैव मत्सर्यभाव न धर्मो न चर्तो न कामो न मोक्षा चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं न मन्त्रो न तीर्थं न मदे न यज्ञा अहं भोजनेमेव भोजं न भोक्ता चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं न मृत्युर्न शङ्का न मे जातिभेदा पिता नैव मेनेव माता न जन्मा न बन्धुं न मित्रं गुरुनेव शिष्या चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपो विपूर्वेभ्य सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणि सदा मे समत्वं न मुक्तिर्न बन्धा चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम् And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music of the man come to me. Singing words of wisdom, let it be.
The small assortment of pictures. And if you saw me rocking out, it's because there was audio that I don't think went through, which was one of the songs Dad loved and loved to sing, Let It Be by the Beatles was playing, but I don't think it went through. But, yeah. So we are going to share one song. Oh, you did hear it? Okay. We are going to share one more song, and then I'm going to say some words, and then there's going to be time for everyone to share. So as you're listening to this next song, I just was going to say one quick thing, Del, before we play it. If you hear the lyrics, it is, I am sending you light and for healing. And I thought to myself, like, is this appropriate? Like, Dad doesn't need healing. That's already happened. But I thought one is also that it's for us as we grieve, as we miss him, even as we know that he had a full life and he lived many lifetimes in that one life. And still, there is the pain of loss. And so it's a song actually dedicated to all of us and also to Raj. And once you hear the lyrics, you may be able to sing along.
am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. No matter where you go, no matter where you've been, you'll never walk alone. I feel you deep within. So I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. No matter what you feel or what you choose to show, I'm always there for you. And so I want you to know that I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I walk the path with you. Go slow, dear one, don't hurry. I'll go just like you need to go. There is no need to worry, 'cause I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love. I am sending you light to heal you, to hold you. I am sending you light to hold you in love.
Thank you, Melanie Demore, for that beautiful song. So I am going to share something in the hopes that, well, I'm going to share something, period. And then it will be open for everyone. Thank you for all the messages in the chat, and just your loving attention and presence is the highest form of expression of love, I think, true presence. And I feel that right now very much. So
Okay.
we are here because, you know, you're mostly here because of the connection with our dad. So this was a little flow of consciousness I wrote earlier today, and I'm just gonna go for it. It feels so strange to be here speaking to you about my father. Hi, Dad. Today is day 13 since you crossed that threshold, and my mind is flooded with thoughts, memories, my heart come undone. Undone with gratitude, it is hard to put words to. What do I want to say? What do I want to say to a whole room of people, a Zoom room of people who know you and whose lives are better in some way because of you? What is it that I need to say? Well, I hope you can rest now. Growing up as children, we saw you working day and night, and we're proud to tell our friends that our dad works 365 days of the year, even Christmas. The work-life balance wasn't a thing. Until just weeks before, as Geeta mentioned, you crossed over to the other side. Lori was printing out emails and bringing you paperwork from the office. A few weeks prior, you were writing names on top of articles that you thought would be of interest to this person and that person, something you always did. Way before the days of email forwards, you would photocopy and physically mail many people all kinds of a variety of articles that you thought they specifically might be interested in. Not only were you photocopying articles from Science News, Nature Magazine, Herbalgram, The Lancet, Alternative Medicine Review, Harvard Health newsletters, etc., 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 you were enlarging quotes and poems and passages you found interesting, provocative, perhaps, inspiring. And excuse me for a moment as I try to do a technical thing, which is share a screen. Don't give up so quickly, Mona. Let's see if we can do this. Okay. Do you all see a quote here? So. Okay. There is in all visible things a hidden wholeness. Well, I'll continue reading and then we'll see. Last Saturday, the day after you crossed, I sat in your chair. I don't know what I was looking for, but I sat there. Then I sat in your recliner. What was I looking for? I sat at your place at the dining table. What was I looking for? I picked up a pen from your desk and a blank sheet of paper. What was I looking for? Then I sat at your desk, and underneath your stacks and stacks and stacks of papers, underneath your iPad, your cup full of paper clips, there was a sheet of paper with a quote on it, enlarged by Thomas Merton. There is in all visible things a hidden wholeness. And so that, if you can see an image there on the screen, that is what was on Dad's desk, just at the bottom of all his papers and all. This paper, underneath all your papers, articles from this and that, scientific and medical journals, financial paperwork, email printouts, was this quote. And I think this pretty much sums up so much of what made you special as a person and as a father. Yes, you were exceptionally generous with people in terms of providing opportunities and resources, material goods, gifts, bottles of fine wine, multi-course dinners. You would do things like buy blankets for all the attendees at a conference of family members of children with mitochondrial diseases when the weather became cold and the programming was held outdoors. You would take someone under your wing and pay for their continuing education, not just your children, Of course, you did this for us, but for so many others who looked up to you as a mentor and guide. Yes, you were generous in this way, but you were generous in how you saw people, a hidden wholeness in all things. And you actually saw this or believed this to be true and refused to think otherwise. The other sheet of paper, and find it here. The other sheet of paper I came upon that day was a stack of papers Gita had placed in a folder from you, a poem you had enlarged by Goethe. And this, too, sums up so much of how you approached the world, or aspired to. It says, I have come to the frightening conclusion that I am the decisive element. It is my personal approach that creates the climate. It is my daily mood that makes the weather. I possess tremendous power to make life miserable or joyous. I can be a tool of torture or an instrument of inspiration. I can humiliate or humor, hurt or heal. In all situations, it is my response that decides whether a crisis is escalated or de-escalated, and a person humanized or dehumanized. If we treat people as they are, we make them worse. If we treat people as they ought to be, we help them become what they are capable of becoming. That last stanza was you, Dad. So now, several minutes into this, I can hear you right now saying, Mona, what's your point? Yes, I don't know how much you loved my long-winded meanderings. I don't know, but I don't know if you realize, Dad, how special this quality was to see people, to see this in people. But I don't need to say this to the group of people sitting here. They are going to share their own stories in just a little bit. So what do I want to say? I was offered a prompt earlier today that started with my prayer for you. And without any editing, I wrote continuously without picking up my pen. And this is what I wrote. My prayer for you. It seems strange to offer a prayer for you because I think now you've transcended the form of those of us who need to be prayed for. Is it so? Last night I shared the news of your departure on my social media, and what came to me as I wrote was, where are you, Dad? Where are you? Where did you go? It seems maybe a childish question to ask, but then again, really? Does anyone really know the answer to that question? That was your openness of mind, always a question and always a possibility. And as you said just a few weeks ago when I asked you to say a word you liked, and you repeated, a word I like. And I said, yes, just a word, any word that you like. And you looked at me like, Mona, I'm not a participant in one of your workshops, but I pushed just any word, Dad, any word that just comes to your mind that you like. And you said, hope. Always hope. Always a question, always a possibility, always hope. So I wonder where you are and how you are, but I trust you are beyond the binaries of doing good and doing not so good. So can I really pray for you? Well, my prayer would be that whatever luminescent energy that you are now knows the profound impact of your life on so many people, not in a general way, but in a very personal, tangible, and significant way. The young boy who loved riding his pony, Jimmy, during summer holidays in Simla, who was thrown off the pony one summer and hid this from his parents so as not to be forbidden to ride again, undeterred as you were to get back up on that pony and ride. What would that young boy, Raj, riding his pony, Jimmy, think about the life you've lived? What would be my prayer for you? I think you would turn it around and say, pray for those here on earth. Pray for our world. Pray that we remember our humanity. You were distressed about the state of the world with increasing divisiveness, violence, greed, and hatred. I think you would tell me, Mona, pray for the world. And how? How? You always said work is the highest form of prayer. So let our work be our prayer and let it be of service. Let it benefit humanity just as your work in the world did. Okay, I'm going to end soon. But before I sign off, I want to tell you something. P.S. In your obituary, you were referred to as a luminary in the world of coenzyme Q10. I looked up the definition of luminary. Luminary, a person who inspires or influences others, especially one prominent in a particular sphere. Luminary, a natural light-giving body, a celestial body, like the sun or moon or stars, a guiding light, something characterized by light or enlightenment, essentially referring to something brilliant or something that shines, whether figuratively or literally. A luminary. Yes. And I thought of the word you taught me, and all of us at home, and surely many others, ubiquinone, the other name of coenzyme Q10, coming from the word, as you often told us, ubiquitous. So I looked up the definition of ubiquitous. Present, appearing, or found everywhere. I think I found the answer to my question, where are you, Dad? But don't worry, thanks to you, I'll keep my mind open and keep asking. Thanks for indulging my share. So friends,
Thank you, Mona. That was beautiful.
thank you so much. We have an open mic now, and I think that because there's quite a number of people here, you could actually, it's been working to just unmute yourself, but you could also use the raise hand feature if you know about that at the bottom of the screen, this button called raise hand. Otherwise, you can unmute, and I think basically if it becomes cacophonous, we'll deal with it at that point. So, as the Quakers say, when the Spirit moves you, if and when the Spirit moves you, let the words come. Go ahead, Anil Uncle.
This is Charlie Brain.
Okay. Hi, Charlie.
I don't have to add a lot to what was said about Raj as a person, but I love Raj, and I will be forever thankful for how he's helped me through my business life, and became a friend to me and my wife Mindy. And we love your family, and just have been pleased to be part of his life.
Thank you, Charlie and Mindy. I have such lovely pictures of you guys at the Parkinson's Walk in Central Park. Good to see you again.
Likewise.
The first time I met Dr. Raj, for some reason, I thought just calling him Raj was not enough. So I had to put a prefix to appropriately describe who the person was, whom we, my wife Kiran, Sarita, Rajiv, Steve, Glenn, Kiran, Dhruti, we all loved, adored. We adored him, we respected him. He was, the word that comes to mind is a prince in my mind. First time I met him was 1965. Many of you were not on this planet at the time. He was standing in front of the College of Pharmacy building in a cream silk jacket. And I was going to enter the building. He was standing on the pavement talking to some people. And I said, who is this person? Right from the beginning, there was some specialness. That's the way I'll describe it. Specialness about him that immediately I said, this guy, who is he? So I introduced myself, or he did. And from that time, over 60 years, my belief, my thinking about Dr. Raj never changed. He was one of a kind. He will enter a room and without saying anything, own the room. And that is a gift that you cannot develop. It's just there. And all these years, first 4, 5, 6 years, he and I and some others were bachelors since 68. He got married in 68. And their apartment was nearby. We'll go in the evenings. Just carefree life, student life. We'll put on this LPs, 6 LPs on a record changer, and he will sing along loud. He had a beautiful, sonorous, rich voice. And risk taker, even in cooking, we were bachelors. He'll take a few things, just mix them together, and somehow it all turned beautiful. And I could go on, and maybe some other time, but we were fortunate enough to see him a couple of weeks before he passed. And we are so grateful that we had that opportunity. But he, again, one of a kind. I have been blessed with having many, many wonderful friends. But in my mind, he really was several degrees above. And I'm sure wherever he has gone, he's owning that room as well. And everybody is surrounding him with joy, with affection, with love. I will stop there. I'm sure many other people, but I could have gone on and on. Didn't you want to say a few words?
I will say, yeah, I will.
It will be
it will be very quick.
Okay.
There is a Sanskrit saying, Yatha Nam Tatha. Yatha Nam Tatha, it means that you are what your name is. You are what your name is. And Raj Bhai, his name, Raj, means royal. Royal. And he was royal in the best sense of that word. He was a top-class person, generous to a fault, brilliant, kind, and good-looking. I feel fortunate to have known him and, have him and Asha Bhenji as our dear friends. In the 55 years, after each interaction, I came with renewed admiration and respect for him. I noticed that he is so totally giving person. It is, once long ago, we played cards in your home, in Westbury, Teen Patti, which is an Indian kind of poker. And what I noticed that he didn't like to win. He wanted the other person to win. He would fold a very good hand because it made happier to make somebody else happy, What a noble person, I noticed that, And he was very fond of technology. He loved new gadgets. And it was unbelievable. He loved to share with friends. First time he got the cordless phone, it was nobody knew about it. It was very new. And we got one. He got a new bread making machine. And we got one, and it was all sent to us. It was, amazing. amazing thing. And once, in one of the parties, again in Westbury, where we were being treated so lavishly with, wonderful food, beautiful wines. And I happened to remark to him, thank you so much, Raj Bhai. You are, taking such good care of us with this delicious wine. And guess what? A couple of days later, 2 bottles of Dom Perignon are delivered in our home. This is unbelievable, unbelievable. We were fortunate. We were fortunate to be, him, whole Chopra family to be in our lives and be friends with them. And his impact on us was unbelievable. And we are so grateful. And we wish, dear Raj Bhai, along with the beloved Asha Bhenji, both you will be missed terribly, so terribly, and but never forgotten. And God bless you wherever you are.
Om
Thank
Shanti.
you, Kiran Auntie. Om Shanti.
I'll speak next. I was fortunate enough to have Raj and Asha as my neighbors, and became friends with them. We would talk supplements, and then the next thing I would know, the next day there would be a bag outside my door of a new supplement to try, or one of the ones that we used. They were just two of the kindest people there are. Your dad was brilliant for sure. But his kindness and generosity, it's what shined through. And when the other neighbors in the building heard, those are the first words that they always said, what a kind, sweet man he was. So I represent our building for tonight, and they all send their love to you all and their condolences.
Thanks, Miriam and Jerry, Captain. Thank you so much.
Hi, Mona. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Arzu.
Thank you for the beautiful tribute. I would like to say a few words. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you, Mona, for the beautiful tribute. That actually reflected the depth of who Raj is to all of us. I would say something to Raj, since I couldn't meet him before he left us. Raj, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your guidance, your courage, and your unwavering integrity. You continue to inspire me to think independently and to stand firmly in my convictions. And I am deeply grateful to have been mentored by you. Your legacy lives on in the lives you shaped. There is a line from an Urdu poet, his name is Iqbal, that feels fitting today. हजारों साल नरगिस अपनी बेनूरी पे रोती है, बड़ी मुश्किल से होता है चमन में दीदावर पैदा. It means for thousands of years, the narcissus laments its blindness. It is rare that a true visionary is born in a garden. True visionaries are rare, and Raj, you were one of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Arzu.
Thank you, Arzu. Also, Arzu, I was so very touched. That's a beautiful, what you shared was so beautiful. And I was so touched with what you wrote. She shared with us. I actually started crying when I read it that you said something. Was it when you met our dad or you had an interview or something? And then he said something which integrated your name?
Yes, it was a verse actually that he recited. It was from, I believe, Ghalib. He's also a very well-known poet.
Wow. Thank you, Arzu.
Hello, Mona.
Hi, Mona.
Some words from Europe.
Hello.
Hi, Peter in Belgium.
Yes, hello. So, thank you to Raj and the Tishcon team. I've been able to work with him. I'm also very proud I've had the opportunity. He's, of course, the godfather of enhanced absorption coenzyme Q10. Actually, I remember his story. He is the inventor, actually, of ubiquinol. When we had the video calls with the Tishcon team, sometimes he would take over the meeting and speak for 10 minutes or for 20 minutes of things that happened in the past. So once he told the story, how we suddenly, by an accident, invented ubiquinol. I think he had some customer in Germany where suddenly the coenzyme Q10 decreased in the product. And he found out actually it was in the product transformed to ubiquinol. But he was also smart that he created patents to protect his invention. And even very smart, after the patents were ended, he was not only a scientist, he was also a very good commercial person because he had many, many brand names like the Q gel. So after the patents were ended, 20 years, whatever, he still could have this unique selling proposition because he had the brand names, the Q gels, the hydrocortisone, you name it. And these were very known in the industry, so he could have this unique position. I also never forget one of the things where he had like a 10-minute talk why it was important to say thank you. He said to all the two Tiscon factories. So 10 minutes he spoke why it's very important to say thank you. And just to end here, I think even 5 years ago, when he was not writing emails anymore, he was just doing audio calls or sending audios. They were very inspiring, actually, very relaxing. I think he should have made a podcast like 5 years ago because they were very full of insights, very warm. And okay, so these are some words from Europe. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Peter.
I just I have to give a shout out to Lori. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for taking care of my friend the way you did.
Oh, it was easy because he was the best person I knew. He was everything.
Lori, who's the second best?
Oh, I'm sorry. He was a wonderful man, Raj. He really was. And he fought to the end. He was truly an inspiration to me. Just a couple of weeks ago, when he was still doing PT, I would see the guy and like I would try to encourage Raj, even though he really didn't need it. So I got up, they were doing punching on this board, and the PT therapist was saying, right, left, right, left. And I was there next to him going, come on, Raj. And he started doing it and he did it. He could do it better than I was. And then he did it with his legs and he just gave it his all. And what an inspiration he was to me. And that was like with everything.
Right, right. So I've known Raj for 23 years. I thought we really had a great relationship, but I never got a Q gel tie. So I'm not so sure how special I was. But
I'll send you one, Howard.
But forget that. I mean, he looks so good in that freaking tie. Want to kill him. But you know, from a little bit of the business side, when I first met Raj, and it was Vipin too at the same time, they were the nicest people to talk to and deal with. But what was really interesting with what they cared about, what was important to them was they just wanted to make sure that Tishcon made $1, so the bank didn't bother them, that they were all able to keep all the families, as many as possible, employed. And all he cared about was having this Christmas party. and making sure that he not only had a Christmas party for the employees, which we see all the time, but all the family members were allowed to come to this Christmas party. And up until COVID, it was just something super special that you looked forward to. And it really, everybody calling him a king and a prince. And when he was at the party in his chair, everybody just lined up to talk to the king. And he was just that great of a person.
Right.
So I'm very fortunate to have known him. And I want you kids to know, and you, little Ivana, that he couldn't have been prouder of you. He just never stopped talking about you guys. Like, I had to tell him to shut up once in a while. Like, all right, enough. But he was just so proud of all of you. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Mona.
Professor
Hi,
Chow, hello.
hi, Mona.
Morning.
This is Mamta.
Morning.
Actually, I was very fond of Mr. Raj. The day I got to know about him through one of our alumni, I started talking with him, and he used to talk as a like father. And from LMCP, I started communicating with him, and he was such a great lover of LMCP, I would say so. Being such a junior person to him from LMCP, he responded with, and he talked so lovingly with me that I had one chance to, uh, organize one program on behalf of LMCP, finishing to 75th year. And he sponsored the entire program of music for LMCP. And we all were so grateful to him for doing such a, and he, for that, sending that money, he tried a lot because we didn't have some certificate for transferring the money to the college. He narrowed it down through somebody, and we could organize that program. It was a huge kind of musical night from LMCP, organized at one of the premium location, and a huge crowd was there of about 10,000 people attending that program, and we all acknowledged Dr. Raj. I used to call him Dr. Raj only. Why, I don't know, but I think his personality was like that. I never met him in person, but I knew him through WhatsApp chats and uh, open chats on WhatsApp. And he made me a member of American Botanical Council. He sent me a book also. He sent me, the costliest and healthiest mushroom from his side. And I sent him a picture of Guru of Punjabis. And not only me, he got, that picture was made by my niece. He made friends with her also. So for him, I would like, because he was a music lover, I would like to recite one song from a film Mamta, which is a very old film, Hindi film, that is Rahe na rahe hum महका करेंगे बनके कली बनके सबा बागे वफा में रहे न रहे हम. So he'll be cherished by everybody. Although he's not there with us, I think he's there with us all the time. He's going to be there. So God bless you, Mona. That's all from my side.
Thank you, Professor Shah. Thank you.
I'll say something. I
सबको बताया था
say it again.
हाँ
Yeah,
इसको नहीं
you can hear.
Yes, Howard, go ahead. Thank you.
So I met Raj at the natural product shows. Vitamin Angels is now 32 years old. And Raj was there with us at the beginning. Raj and Arun were there. And one thing I noticed was that Raj always had family around. I mean, the family was just always part of the shows. But I also saw that Raj considered the world his family. And there was never a time when I asked Raj to get vitamins for the children or the vitamin A or the adult multiples or the prenatals. the only answer was ever yes. First it was 1 million, then I said, could you give us 2? Yes. How about 3? Yes. It was always yes, and he cared so deeply. I mean, and that was at a time where we were struggling and we were maybe reaching 1 or 2 million children. Today we're reaching 74 million children in 65 countries, and none of that would have been possible without Raj always saying yes. And his heart was what was that's where he came from. He came from his heart, and he wanted to make the world a better place. And I'm so thankful to have known him.
Very grateful, Vitamin Angels, Howard.
If you don't mind. Hi, Mona and Gita. This is Satish. I'm probably the longest relationship with Raj since 1963 in the college life. We were the buddies with a little bit of a brain, but most of the time we were enjoying life. And when time comes for exam, we get very serious and study. And Raj would always say, more you read, more you forget. So forget about reading and cramming all these things. I started our relationship with Raj in 1963. Then I graduated. He came to United States about 2 years earlier than us and went to Columbia University. After that, I think he worked for a pharmaceutical vitamin company. So I used to meet him for sometimes for a wine or some wild food and enjoy ourselves. And he always say, you are not Patel, you are some weird person. So I said, Raj, why? I said, well, you will never take anything seriously. I said, not true, Raj. I think you, myself, we are all working. I think we should start our own business and make something out of your knowledge and our friendship and all our friends that they have something to offer. So we got together, Raj, myself, and six of us, 3 Indians and 3 Italians. We started talking about vitamin company. So he asked me, what shall we call it, Patel Vitamins or what? I said, no, Raj, you decide what you want to call. So they sound good. The Tish is a good name because nobody can call you Satish Chandra Patel. So I said, okay, whatever you think is right. So he coined the name Tishcon. I'm one of the former founder of Tishcon. We had a more fun. We had a fantastic business. He had one of the brain that I have never seen. I have learned so much from him. And I started a pharmaceutical company for prescription drug, not nutrition. So our story is a very long story. I have so many things to share with you, but I will make it short. He was a very humble guy, very intelligent, very caring. If you see him and if you say, oh, time to leave, you always have a gift in your hand. And he touches your heart every moment of life, and when I parted from Tishcon and started my own operation, we used to talk, we used to exchange ghazals. He loved music more than anything else. He loved acting. And, so between Patel and Raj Chopra, we made a good team, and Vipin Patel was there too. And we had such a wonderful time. And I see the success of Tishcon. Makes me very proud because at the end of the day, I see my name all the time and I see new products every time. And I know that even if he is in the very bad shape of his health, his mind would never stop. He is one of the most creative individuals I have met in my life. And we feel that we lost Raj. We didn't lose Raj. Raj is with us every moment. Every time we take any nutritional product, you're going to think about him. And Mona, Gita, you were a little baby in Flushing. When I came, Raj, I said, you got two lovely daughters. And now we cannot stay in Flushing. We got to move out. We got to go to Long Island with our businesses. That's how we ended up in Long Island in Westbury. Mona, Gita, I love you. And Raj Jr., I don't see him, but he has his father's brain also. Mona, you were told by your dad that you were a very rebellious environmentalist when you were very young going to college. And I still remember the stories he used to tell. I said, look, she's gonna be such an amazing grown-up lady that would be your joy of your life. And you have another one who wants to do nothing except act. She wants to be in acting and theater. So I say you have such a diversity of family members, and the way we have progressed and we have enjoyed our life, we all want to celebrate such a beautiful soul. And I pray to God that he is in a good hand. He is with his Valentine. He is with all the sweet memories. And I pray to God that he always stays in our heart. With this, I wish everybody that we should not mourn. We should be very happy that he is with the God.
Thank you, Satish, Uncle and Prank, Auntie.
Thank you. I just want to take a quick, thank you so much. I just want to take a quick pause to say it is 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please don't feel shy if you need to leave. So we're going to stick around. I think others would like to share, and so grateful and glad about that. But if you feel like, okay, you need to leave, just wanted to take a moment again to say thank you so much, and also to say what I meant to say in the beginning, which is that we are going to have a celebration of life in person. And we don't quite.
I think it's Sunday, April 19th.
But it's like, no.
So like tentatively save the date for
Save the
Sunday,
date for
April 9th.
Sunday morning,
Yeah,
April
19th.
19th.
Yes, and
details, it'll be in the morning, 10, 11 a.m. start time. And it'll be on Long Island at a place called Leonard's.
Thank you, Keith. Okay, we can continue. I just
Kirk is up next. Kirk Hamilton. Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Sometimes I feel like a little bit of an outsider because I knew Raj back in 1987. I started a little fledgling little nutrition research business, and it was by the seat of my pants. And Raj, I guess, was always a subscriber every year when I thought I was going to go out of business. And so from 1987 to 2008, he would, be one of several companies would always support it. And I wouldn't take any advertisement because I want it to be kind of a unaffected, sincere truth. And I think that's what Raj appreciated. He appreciated honesty and hard work. So, as all good things happen, in 2008, I was running out of money, and I was going to close the business. And several attempts, couldn't sell it. And then out of the blue, Raj said in 2008, I'll buy the database and I'll pay you to keep doing interviews with researchers from around the world. And that's what I did. So for me, when you have a calling and it's part of your life's work, when someone comes and can help you continue that and believe in it in a good way and benefit from himself, but also help me at the same time and share with other people, I just have such a special heart. And he allowed me to go for 8 more years. another 600 interviews from around the world of nutrition researchers. And so then that ended, and all of a sudden I've been thinking about him, and then his birthday popped up, and I go, I've got to make a video just to say how much I'm thankful for you, because I knew he had Parkinson's and I didn't know much else, and so somehow I got it in Dropbox or didn't get it in Dropbox, but I got the minute and a half, and it was all gratitude. It was just gratitude for a soul that connected with mine and helped me continue on a journey that I needed to be on. And so then, after that, lost touch a little bit. And then, you get 200 emails a day and you try not to lose any of them. And then all of a sudden, I see that he passed. And so there's no way I wouldn't be here just to say thank you to Raj and to all of you who have participated. TishCon is a great group of people, and I'm an outsider, but the gratitude I have for Raj and the reason I wanted to make that video to be able to say thank you to see me is, there's almost 30 years. And so that was so important for me to be able to say thank you to Raj and that birthday. And then he passes on. So I wouldn't miss this for the world if so I just want to say thank you to all of the family, and a celebration of his life it's well worth it. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Kirk. Clinical pearls. I know. Thank you.
Hi there. I would like to say a few words if nobody's waiting.
Yes, Danielle.
Hi, my name is Danielle, and I met the Chopra family through Geeta. I'm a massage therapist, and around the COVID year, Geeta asked if I would be open to massaging Mr. and Mrs. Chopra because of everyone being stuck in the house. She thought it would be beneficial mentally, physically. So at that time, I did start coming over. When I first met Mr. and Mrs. Chopra, I was so nervous thinking, here's this brilliant man that I hear all about, and now I'm going to massage him, and I hope it's up to his standards. And 5 minutes into meeting him, I learned that he was such a teddy bear. And although I was there for relaxation and for calm, soothing touch, his stories just kept coming out. And at the end, Mrs. Chopra would say, "Oh, I hear he was very awake today." And I said yes, and slightly guilty that I didn't get him to, calm down and just quiet his mind. But his stories were so wonderful that I even oh, you said you went there before, right? I had to pull more information from him because he was such a great storyteller. So that's what I will remember most about him. I know others have mentioned that he just wanted peace and for everyone's well-being. And whenever I walked in, he always had the news on. I'd say, "Oh, Mr. Chopra, there's nothing good on there today. We're turning it off," and we put music on. So I just wanted to say that they were such a blessing to get to know. I'm honored that I was put in their pathway. Mrs. Chopra, although Mr. Chopra had wonderful stories, Mrs. Chopra had such beautiful insight that at the end of the massage, she would come. She's like, "Sweetheart, I feel like you need a massage." And after her massage, she would come and gently place her hands on my shoulder and just give me a few rubs and tell me that everything is just out as it should be. So they were just two beautiful souls, one that I'm forever grateful that I was put in their pathway to meet. And that's it. I truly feel that Mr. and Mrs. Chopra are reunited and at peace and just feeling the love that they've shared with everyone here. So
Thanks, Danielle. I see Shauna, you have your hand up.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Mama Shauna.
All right, I have a scripture verse but I think it's so long, so I'm just going to go to the part that stands out for me, and it is taken from Psalms 90, verses 1 to all the way to 17. But the one that stands out for me and that I want to talk about is at 10 and 12. And it says, the days of our lives are 70 years, and if by reason of strength, they are 80 years. So teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. And it talks about, the whole scripture talks about mankind's frailty and eternity. But 10 says, teach us to know that the days of our lives are 70 years, and by reason of strength, they are 80 years. And Mr. Trooper was 85 years plus. And by reason of strength, we will get to 80, but he will surpass that. And I want to say that because he has surpassed 80, which is by reason of strength, he was living in God's grace because he had known wisdom. So even though we mourn or we're in grief that he has passed on, our years are 70. It is appointed unto us to live 70 years, but by reason of strength. And yes, he may have had the strength to get to 80, but then he had surpassed 80 and he was in his 85th year plus. And so we're thanking God that he has gained wisdom to live into that moment. I know Mr. Troper for 18 months, I think it is. But everything, I mean, everybody else that spoke has years and years and years. But I have experienced what everybody is saying in just that 18 months, the kind of person he was. So we're not only going to just look at it that he's dead and we're mourning, but we're going to be happy because he has surpassed, and so he was living in God's goodness, God's grace, and God's mercy on his life. So I want to say to Mona and Mama Gita and Afana Grace and Uncle JR, just keep holding strong and keep holding the values that your parents would have instilled in you guys. And I know with JR, he's not even, mom and dad isn't even worried because dad has seen himself in JR and he knows that he's going to take care of his girls. So just be thankful that he has lived that amount of years, and not only that, in the end, he has lived with wisdom.
Thank you, Shauna love. Aisha Diva.
Hello, my city girl. It's been too long, too long. Not enough glitter. Hi, Monaji and JR. And I am so sorry. So much loss in the last couple of years. So sorry. So many condolences. But I came up because hi, I'm Aisha. I'm a stem cell biologist. I'm also at Columbia University. I feel a lot of connection. We're all here. You did pronounce pharmacokinetics correctly, Geeta. You got it. You got it. Right there. I wanted to share as a scientist what I truly appreciate especially, and I hope at when I pass on, that there is a eulogy that I love, and I was hoping to share it with you all. And it's called Eulogy from a Physicist, and it's by Aaron Freeman. And some of you may have heard this before, and some of you may be hearing it for the first time. So I will do this reading in honor to remind you that we are all energy, and we just transform into different forms of energy, and we remain in this universe always. You want a physicist to speak at your funeral. You want the physicist to talk to your grieving family about the conservation of energy, so they will understand that your energy has not died. You want the physicist to remind your sobbing mother about the first law of thermodynamics, that no energy gets created in the universe, and none is destroyed. You want your mother to know that all your energy, every vibration, every BTU of heat, every wave of every particle that was her beloved child, remains with her in this world. You want the physicist to tell your weeping father that amid the energies of the cosmos, you gave as good as you got. And at one point, you'd hope that the physicist would step down from the pulpit and walk to your broken-hearted spouse there in the pew and tell him that all the photons that ever bounced off your face, all the particles whose paths were interrupted by your smile, the touch of your hair, hundreds of trillions of particles have raced off like children, their ways forever changed by you. And as your widow rocks in the arms of a loving family, may the physicist let her know that all the photons that bounced from you were gathered in the particle detectors that are her eyes, that those photons created within her constellations of electromagnetically charged neurons whose energy will go on forever. And the physicist will remind the congregation of how much of all of our energy is given off as heat. There may be a few fanning themselves with their programs as he says it, and he will tell them that the warmth that flowed through you in life is still here, still a part of all that we are, even as we mourn and continue the heat of our own lives. And you'll want the physicist to explain to those who loved you that they need not have faith. Indeed, they should not have faith. Let them know that they can measure, that scientists have measured precisely the conservation of energy and found it accurate, verifiable, and consistent across space and time. You can hope your family will examine the evidence and satisfy themselves that the science is sound and that they'll be comforted to know your energy is still around. According to the law of the conservation of energy, not a bit of you is gone. You're just less orderly. Amen.
Oh, amen, amen. Thank
You're very welcome.
Manoj Patel. I see your hand up.
Hey Gita. Hey Mona. Hey Raj. Um, this is from Texas. I speak on behalf of my father Girish, me Manoj, and my brother Manish. I, like others, could go on for hours. I had the privilege of working with Raj Uncle. I used to call him Kaka. And, Arun Bhai, who is sitting there, Satish Uncle, everybody else that I've known for years. I've known you guys for years. Um, I could say is there's not enough letters in the alphabets to describe him. He is one of a kind, or was. Um, it's just there's no words. Um, he could walk into your life and make it brighter. than you ever had it. I had the privilege of driving with him to Salisbury, Maryland on many of the trips. And I can tell you, he had stories. We talked about everything from his life in India to how he made it to India, from India to here. And then also, how Tishcon was started and everything else with his partners, Vipin and others, Satish Uncle and everybody else. And I will tell you, he was a man who tried everything in his life. He had good habits, he had bad habits, but he had a very big heart. As they say, he had a heart of a lion, and nobody can take that away from him. Lastly, he may be gone, but he will never be forgotten. He will live in you guys' hearts, in our hearts, and Tishkon will always be remembered, for what he has done. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Manoj. Good to see you. So Mona Lisa, just a time check, 9:23, just because I have a 13-year-old.
Hey, dear friends, thank
Hi
you.
Mona, Geeta, JR, Havana, just wanted to thank you all. It's very hard to imagine that baby uncle is not there. He was, as everybody said, our mentor, our guide, and he was the light of the family. And we now have to find the strength to continue without him and learn to live without mom and dad. It's going to be hard, but we'll just have to do it together. I wanted to thank you all for putting this together and giving us all a chance to see each other and say a few words. Just time will help us all. Thank you.
Thank you, Arun.
Thank you, dear Arun. All right, dear friends. I don't want to rush anyone. If anyone was feeling a little shy. Oh, I hear someone's mic. Does someone want to speak? Maybe they're just exiting. It's a bit staticky. I couldn't see who is this.
Yes.
Oh, for some
Surrender,
reason,
Auntie. It's very.
they're on the coming quite staticky. I don't know if you move close to the.
I'm so sorry. Can you?
Auntie, for some reason, we can't really hear you properly. The audio isn't coming through. I'm so sorry. That's frustrating. I wonder if maybe you write it in the chat and I can read it. Sorry, Auntie, something was going wrong with the mic, so we really couldn't hear it. But feeling your love. And if there was something specific you wanted to say, if you write it in the chat, I can read it, or one of us can read it. Um, for words spoken and words unspoken. Very grateful. And in the spirit of our dad, I would invite all of us to consider what quality or qualities or practice you might want to adopt and stretch the boundaries of our comfort zone, perhaps, and say in the next week to commit to something that we feel, would honor the true spirit of our dad, of Raj. And stay tuned for the celebration, which Dad was very specific about having, including saying, I'll give you guys the wine list, which never happened. That part never happened. So we'll have to improvise. But yes, we thank you very much. Much love from all of us. Thank you for the roles that you all played in our dad's life, supporting him, connecting with him in all the capacities that you have. There's people in the room who our dad wouldn't be here without. So thank you.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody. Wish you a restorative night's rest. To be continued. Thank you,
Good
everyone.
night.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night. Lots of love.
Lots of love, dear Robin.
Good night, everyone. Good night. Thank you.
Oh,
Good night.
good night.
Good night, Om Shanti.
Night. Thank
Anna
you.
love. Good night, Anil, Uncle Karen, Auntie, Sarita, Steve. Hi, Janet. Good night. Thank you so much
Night.
for coming.
Thank
you.
you.
Beautiful.
Love you. It was so beautiful.
Love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gabriella Calendar, I don't see you, but I know you're here. Thank you. I love you.
Amen.
Thank
Goodbye.
you so much, Vidal. Thank you, Vidal, for all you did to help with the organizing.
Thank you, Vidal. Thank you, JR.
Thank you, Geeta. Thank you, Mona. Thank you, Raj.
Thank you, Junior. Thank you.
Thank you, Ivana.
Hey, Tasha Love. Thank you. Hey, Tina, Pinky, Sangeeta, Doral, Indu Auntie, the Grovers. Hello. Gitu and Benares. Mm.
Amazing to see the relatives, our
Yeah, so
relatives.
many relatives in India. Thank you. I see Pinky and I see Sangeeta still and Kabita Auntie, Tina Maragos, whose mom's birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday. Awesome.